main issue with carrying out a jump start on your vehicle is that you're carrying out according to the safe procedure set by the manufacturer, and that the jump leads that you've got are of a good standard. Okay, so now I've got the jump leads. You normally have them color coded, so red's normally available for the positive, and you have a green or a black one for negative. Sometimes they're not color coded on the actual wires, they're just color coded on the ends. So I've got myself a nice heavy duty one. I'm going to show you how to jump start a vehicle with these. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is to pop the bonnet open and locate where the battery is on the car that needs to be jump started. Then you bring the car that's doing the jump starting and bring the two cars where the batteries are to its closest possible distance, making it easier for your jump leads to be able to reach. Obviously, depending on where the battery is, which is normally the front, it can be on the left or the right hand side. So you need to make sure that the jump leads are going to reach. So you need to make sure that the two batteries are at its closest possible distance. Okay, so you pop the bonnet open and you check your leads. You've got your positive lead that goes on the car that's doing the jump starting first. Make sure it's nice and secure. And then you put your positive lead onto the car that needs the jump starting. And make sure it's clipped in securely. Okay, so then you take your negative lead and you clip it onto the negative terminal of the car that's doing the jump starting. And then what you would think is that you would put the other negative lead onto the car that needs to be jump started onto the negative terminal of that battery. But that's not the case. Actually, the safest way to do it, and it's according to the manual as well, is to clip the negative lead on an engine earth. And on this manual, it does show you where you should clip it. This is the safest way to connect your negative lead onto the car that needs to be jump started. Once you've done that, you start the car that can be started, which is the car that has a good battery, and you let it run for about 5-10 minutes before you actually start the other car that had a flat battery. Now, once you have started the car that has a flat battery, you need to let that engine run for at least 20 to 30 minutes before you switch it off. You can actually drive it around, so that's fine, but don't switch the engine off for 20 to 30 minutes. That would allow the charging system on that car to replenish the power back into that battery. So once you've done that, that should be good to go. Obviously, you would remove all the cables in reverse order. And if you find that your battery is struggling to start the next time you start your vehicle, then that is a possible indication that your battery is losing its life. It might need to be replaced. So yes, it might start again, but if you find that it's struggling, it is an indication that there could be issues with that battery in the future. So do get it checked out in a garage. Okay, so now we're going to talk about jump leads. Now when it comes to jump leads, I would recommend that you buy or have a heavy duty set. A heavy duty set will have thicker and better quality cables to allow for more power in regards to ampage to pass through it. So in simple terms, the bigger the car, i.e. the engine, the bigger the battery, which means it has more power in regards to amps, the thicker the cables needs to be. Hence you need heavy duty cables. So if you do have heavy duty jump leads, that means you can jump start the bigger cars with bigger batteries and smaller cars with smaller batteries. So if you don't have heavy duty cables, you have thinner cables, then that means that you'll probably only be able to jump start the smaller vehicles with the smaller batteries. So the rule of thumb really is to get yourself a pair of heavy duty cables if you don't already have one. So why do you need to have jump leads in your car? Well, having a flat battery is probably one of the most common call outs for breakdown agencies. So whether you've had an interior or exterior light left on, or your car's been sitting for some time, just a simple jump start and driving it around for half an hour could get your battery back up in working order. It needs to be highlighted that if you do have issues with your battery, it is certainly recommended for your battery and your charging system to be checked out by a professional. So having a good set of jump leads can be an absolute lifesaver. It can save you a lot of time and hassle and money, especially if you don't have breakdown cover.